So, Mark, did you see the scuba show going on? We always talk about the mermaids at Silverton, but Golden Nugget has it going on as well.
Yeah, it's cool to watch them do their work, and what an awesome job this is. I wonder if this is like somebody that works for Golden Nugget, or they just hire a company and they go around to all these different fish tanks and clean it out, which I'm guessing that's what they do. I'd do this one. I would not do the pool one because I don't want to get a shark attack.
You don't want to go to mermaid school, Mark? Come on, you'd be a perfect mermaid.
I don't have big enough congas.
So happy Tuesday, everyone. And we have to start by talking about Mark's favorite hotel, the OYO, the former Hooters, or should we call it the Collection O face? I don't know if we should do that, but there's a fallout actually happening from that whole scandal of them advertising the different hotel names. Palette as well as another one that they did. And Paragon Gaming, who runs the casino, it seems like they're washing their hands of the property. They're like, we don't want any more of this. Vital Vegas was reporting on all of this. And Fifth Street Gaming is apparently, pending licensing approval, going to take over the casino at OYO. Fifth Street Gaming, we talked about them recently with Downtown Grand. They run that casino. They run Ojos Locos and many more quirky properties. If you want to take a look, I'll throw a link down in the description. They have so many weird ones.
They're the go-to for this type of thing. But I could see why you'd want to get out of this situation if you were a gaming company. It just seems like there's potential risk there, and the last thing you want to do is have something to come against your gaming license or anything like that. Even if they're not really involved, it just seems like this isn't going the right way. And maybe Fifth Street Gaming's willing to come in because they're worried that Downtown Grand's going to get sold and they're going to get kicked out there, so they need to kind of prepare for the next thing. I don't know. It just seems kind of risky for them to come in.
They have said they expect to stay as the operator of the casino at Downtown Grand, but, anything could happen. They also run Golden Tiki, Mark, and what would be better than Golden Tiki at the former Hooters Hotel?
If it was just Hooters with a tiki bar, then it'd be great.
I don't know. This is a crazy story. Prism still, I don't think they've really officially commented other than to say that they were considering, and maybe they listened to our show and got this as the excuse, selling different hotel blocks as different names. And it was an experiment and the listings went live. That doesn't really add up, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe if it was on your site, but when you're sending it out to like Expedia and stuff, that doesn't seem right at all.
But I guess this means new casino operators at OYO. I guess that's a good thing.
I mean, it can't get much worse in there. So the only way is up.
It really couldn't. I mean, the casino's fine. The employees are fine. They need some money. They got no money over there, and they definitely need it. We haven't really talked about this, but OYO struggling, the property taxes, the stadium, Bally's not building their hotel. This really is the perfect situation for somebody to buy the Bally's rights, buy OYO, and build something cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably just holding on, waiting for all of this to happen so that it drives the property value up, and then they can either refinance, try to make it something, or sell it. I couldn't imagine that they're doing anything else. They're just kind of holding on. It seems like they've been holding on for years now, but hopefully something gets taken over here. I don't know if they just need to knock it down and start from scratch, or if somebody could refurbish this, but it will be an amazing location pretty soon here.
And as we've previously talked about, it needs to be buoyed and they need to build Stardust. And thanks to the fan who posted this on our Facebook page, taking a screen capture of the concept art and adding Stardust to the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana.
I mean, how sexy does this look?
Yeah, now we just need to get rid of OYO and
expand. You're supposed to say sexy as F.
Oh, I'm still caught up on the O face from earlier. I can't keep my things.
Oh, yeah. I really like the look of this, except for like the Stardust sign in the middle of the road AI mess up there. I don't think that would go over too well, but I think it looks beautiful. It's kind of cool. I really wish they would take the circular thing, and I know that they want to take advantage of that, the front corner there, but that just kind of takes away from the scope of everything. I think if that corner was open up and you had this building behind it with the Stardust sign, then you had the stadium, clear view of the stadium from all over the strip, that would be awesome. It's just kind of blocking everything. But yeah, I really like this. I mean, could you imagine Stardust that high up in the sky in Vegas again? It would be pretty stellar. And the only improvement I might make is bump up the pool a little bit higher so it could see into the stadium for guests. That would be awesome.
I don't know that the A's would like that, but all kinds of things. It is weird. We have talked about this before. I don't know if other cities have been this much in limbo as a stadium gets built, right? You kind of know what's going to be there. And at this point, we really don't. We have that latest concept. I guess that's going to get built with a few shops, the podium. But this is crazy. Fun stuff happening on that corner, though, between OYO, the stadium, and everything else. Good times.
It's going to be epic when it's done. So hopefully it's Stardust.
Well, another thing that's epic is Allegiant Stadium. We talked on their last show. We talked on the last show about that new entry, that crazy almost $200 million entryway with $75 million in public funding. But according to USA Today, Mark, Allegiant Stadium is the #2 football stadium in the league, #1 in the AFC, also #1 for food in the AFC, and they lose out for the #1 overall to the Falcons on both of those at Mercedes-Benz Stadium with its crazy roof. I guess we can't overcome that.
I mean, #2 for food. Do they like $300 pizzas?
They have really good food, a lot of local stuff.
Yeah.
And I've had club tickets a few times, and the food inside the clubs, I mean, you still pay for it. It's not one of those all you can eat buffet kind of things, but the food inside the clubs is really good too. I'd say better than most stadiums I've been to.
Yeah, it's not a surprise to me to see it ranked so highly since it is a newer stadium and they're bringing in a lot of local food, like you said, and it's probably going to rank high for college stadiums too, for that respect. Maybe it doesn't have the same atmosphere that you get from a on-campus college stadium, but as far as food and just the perks of the place, it'd have to be up there. I am a little bit surprised Atlanta's is so high. I mean, there's nothing great around that stadium. But I have not been inside. It just doesn't seem like there's anything that would be that impressive, but I guess I got to check it out.
So moving on, Las Vegas, Mark, is the funnest place to travel in the United States, and indeed the 4th funnest place to travel in the entire world. Just Cover looked at 1 million online travel reviews. They analyzed how often visitors describe tourist venues with language expressing genuine happiness in 155 destinations. Tulum is the #1 in the world. That's kind of surprised me. I like Tulum a lot, but Vegas is more fun.
Tulum is like more relaxing. I don't know that it would have as much to offer as Vegas does, as far as if we're just focusing on fun or engaging type of stuff. But I do wonder, what do you think the splits are on like day 1 of Vegas trip? Probably 100% fun, but day 3, day 4, where do you think it's at there?
And it has to do with your age too, right? The older you get, the more those longer trips hurt you, and they're less fun. A lot of people probably leave Vegas with regret, and
well,
so
and a lot less money.
But it's still made #4, so we're still doing good. So they have Tulum, and then you have St. Lucia, then Oaxaca, Mexico. Very interesting for that. Day of the Dead, all of that. Las Vegas, then Maui, New York City round out the top 5. I'll throw the rest up on the screen. But yeah, Vegas is definitely the most fun place in the United States. Maybe New Orleans is kind of approaching that, but Vegas, no one competes.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised New Orleans isn't higher or isn't above New York. Like, New York's got a lot of great stuff, but it's more like crazy, and a lot of people don't like it. So I'm kind of shocked that it was so high up there. New Orleans feels more like most everybody's there for a good time, and it seems like it's always a fun atmosphere.
In a second, we're going to talk about some interesting Rio rebranding that is happening. But before we do that, I would love to invite you to subscribe. It helps us with the algorithm. So many of you watch, aren't subscribed. Just click that button, please. Thanks in advance. But let's talk Rio. They rebranded High Stakes, Mark. So I guess they found out that another casino in California has a restaurant named High Stakes, and they asked them to change it. So they just changed the spelling of the word stakes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you have all this stuff that you have to rebrand, if you have any shirts or maybe they don't have a lot of merch, but you have signs and stuff that you got to swap out. So I'm kind of surprised they did it, especially since it's not even in the same state. I wouldn't think that this would be that big of a deal.
The other thing that's happening there is the Luckily Tavern is being rebranded to Revolution Tavern and Grill, and it seems, based on the reporting of Vital Vegas, that this was run by an outside operator, that they're bringing it in-house, similar to what they did with Hash House, their own recipes, stuff like that. I really like this space. It's very comfortable. I don't know. I've always liked this space, sort of in the center of the casino.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they keep bringing more and more. They're kicking out operators and bringing it more in-house. Do you think that's as a way to save money, or do you think that they're leaning in, they want to have more control, kind of like what we see at Sahara, where they own all of their restaurants, even if they are unnamed brand, they're franchise versions of it instead of bringing an operator in? Which way do you think they're leaning?
It's interesting because we don't really know. High Stakes, they opened it. They partnered with a famous local chef, but they still own it in-house. But luckily, they developed that with a partner. And, Hash House, they sort of inherited it, but then they bring in Egg Slut. So I don't know. They're all over the place. I think they also cut the hours of their $3 blackjack, too.
Oh, that's not fun.
All right, let's talk Center Bite cinnamon rolls, my favorite topic of the last few weeks.
Oh my gosh, again?
We have been following the roller coaster ride of Mama Llama Bakery selling center bite cinnamon rolls from her house and then getting told that she had to stop. But this is actually an interesting story because one of the more famous social media restaurant businesses in Vegas is Cafe Lola, many locations. And it really, I think she started on TikTok and like with one location, it's just grown all over. Very viral place. And they became friends. And now, beginning on September 1st and then rolling out slowly to all the Cafe Lola locations, you are going to be able to get Mama Llama cinnamon rolls, plus a special latte as well.
Yeah, this is a great ending to the story, or a great new beginning. You know, everybody was worried what she was going to do, and it sounds like they had been talking about this before everything happened, and this kind of just expedited everything. But it's a great landing spot for her. I think it's great for the businesses too, that you're getting a new reason for people to come check you out, and hopefully this is a successful collaboration.
Yeah, I hope so. Why do we keep talking about this? Because they look delicious and because she seems like a cool lady who's done something really neat here and we should support it. But on the complete opposite of that is John Taffer, a guy I really like from Bar Rescue and all of that. I've always enjoyed his shows, but they're always fake and over the top. But anyway, he was making a review of this drink pour from Four Queens. I love that they leaned into it. They said, thanks for the free advertising. This thing has so much alcohol in it. I don't even know where to start, but I guess, how much do you think this costs?
I think I saw somebody say it's like $36, which when you're getting that many shots isn't a terrible deal, especially in Vegas. But I don't even know if that's 100% accurate. But do you think it tastes good?
I mean, it's basically a Long Island iced tea, right? With some fruit juice in it. I'm not an expert, but it has all the booze. I mean, I used to drink Long Island iced teas when I was younger, thinking, hey, it gets you drunk. It always got me to the toilet throwing up. But I'm sure that it tastes good. Well, I had to clarify I wasn't at the toilet doing other things.
He threw it up on screen for you guys and into a toilet.
Yeah, that's what this looks like to me. Although I guess it says healthy pours, and I love that Four Queens leans into it. I'm guessing this is originally their video. It seems like the bartenders there have a strong pour. That's what they are putting out there into the world. So let's tell everybody.
Yeah, I love that they like measure it and then just keep pouring after. Like, what's the point of doing the tumbler?
Because that's a good bartender right there. Have you ever seen the bartender who like gets it right to the line? There's not a single extra drop. That's a party foul.
Yeah, no, and this is kind of what Four Queens is all about. They've always kind of been about this with their drinks. They're like, hey, you get value. We'll give you a better time or a better deal for what we're serving you, and we want you to have fun. And they kind of lean into it, and it's cool that, I don't know, maybe this was like a play off of each other. Like he was being over the top about it. And they're like, hey, cool, thanks. Why don't you come visit?
As a reminder, Las Vegas Advisor books are still available, and we definitely still have our exclusive MTM code that'll save you an extra $5. So it's $45, hundreds of savings. You will save on your next trip. Go ahead and click the link down in the description. Check out Las Vegas Advisor. So, Mark, it is the dog days of summer, and this surfaced on my X feed, Lake Dolores. We've talked about it before, but can we just go back in time and go ride those stand-up slides?
No, this place is amazing. I love this video. Looks like a lot of fun, and just kind of crazy how it's like cut out of dirt hills and everything. It's like the West Coast Class Action Park. If you haven't watched that documentary on HBO, make sure you do. Action Park was a wild place. This looks almost as wild.
And the funny thing is, for Californians, we all know where this is. It's about halfway between LA and Vegas, in the middle of the desert. And when I was a kid, we used to drive by Lake Dolores because they have like some springs underneath, so they would pump the water. So there was an actual lake there. Now it's just an abandoned water park. It closed in 1988, the original version that you're seeing in this video. And I love that the guy who owned it, he was just like this country guy. He's like, yeah, we just build all this crap. People come out here and yeah, they hurt themselves, but it's okay. And then it reopened in 1998, and it was only open for like a year or two. Then it was abandoned. But you know, in 2019 and 2020, there were plans to rebuild it. Then the pandemic happened and it all fell through again. And it has become one of the most famous sites on YouTube, I think, for urban explorers, stuff like that. But yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, somebody needs to bring it back. That'd be awesome. A good stop on the way in between LA and Las Vegas.
And the original Del Taco only, 15 minutes away. So you can get all of your Del Taco goodness. But I just love how the reporter, he's trying it. Like, do you think you can make it down that slide without falling down? I mean, it looks very hard.
No, I mean, maybe when I was like 25, but now I'd probably bust out both knees.
The knees would go.
Yeah.
So from Lake Dolores with all of its water to Lake Mead with none of its water, the federal government has finally announced the allocations for Lake Mead over the next couple of years. It's pretty dire. We talked about it before. They ended up cutting Nevada's water by 1/6, and some of the other states, Arizona got some cuts, California got some cuts, but all the other states to get water didn't get cut, and Nevada is suing the federal government over this. So we will see a long, drawn-out thing, but no matter what happens in court, the water situation is looking pretty dire.
Yeah, and Nevada already gets like a lower amount than everybody else, so I don't know why they'd get the biggest cuts. It didn't make sense back then when we talked about it. So I think that this is a fair lawsuit, and I think that hopefully something comes from it. Like if you're going to cut it, just cut it across the board equally to everyone. Everybody gets a 10% cut or whatever it be.
And it seems that in these new rules, they allow themselves to cut our water even further to below what we actually currently use, which would be a disaster and an emergency. And let's not forget that this is 20 miles from us. What the hell is going on? Like, why do we not get any of this? I get the rules. I've read about this over the years, and all the states fight for it. A lot of the allocation has to do with farming back 100 years ago. But we have a big city here, and I don't know. It just means that those water bills are going to go up for all you Las Vegas locals.
Why? Because your lobbyists aren't as good. That's why.
They took our grass. And they
Get Sean his grass back. Come on.
And they took our shows, Mark. We talked about Mad Apple last week closing, and we have another one. Another one bites the dust. Another show that came in the last few years, and that is Awakening at Wynn. They announced that October 10th will be the last performance. This was a $120 million show that launched in 2022. Very sort of unpopular. It struggled. Remember, they closed it for like 6 months in 2023 to completely retool it, and it just has not been able to get the success that they need, and therefore they are closing it. They did say they're coming up with another show, and then there was this weird thing in the review journal that said the cast is already speculating that robots will be incorporated into the next production. So, this week we saw the Robot Olympics in Beijing. I don't know if you saw those clips all over X, but I guess maybe that's what's coming to Wynn.
Yeah, why wasn't the Robot Olympics in Vegas? It would have been awesome for it. I mean, we have the Excel spreadsheet championships or whatever. They should have the robots racing in Las Vegas. That would have been fun, running around the track out there. Yeah, and Awakening just kind of seemed dead on arrival. I remember talking about it, how unpopular it was, and felt like within the first couple months they shut it down to do that retooling. And that just goes to show like they should have never gotten rid of Le Rev, my favorite show in Vegas. Bring that back.
Le Rev, so many personal ties. Shout out to my dad. He opened Le Rev, and so that theater has so many memories. So we don't know, they took out the pool. It's still a theater in the round. Are they going to keep that? But when I saw the robot thing and I saw all these Robot Olympics and how advanced they're getting, and the big joke of the week was that robot who ran into the wall and exploded, and it was kind of funny. But they are sort of becoming to the point where you see some of these things going on that it might be possible to build a show around them. And that could be the next thing. I kind of hate it and I like it at the same time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little scared.
Yeah, you think Terminator 2's happening.
I mean, is it? Well, I guess if you look at that picture of the robot running into the wall, maybe not right now. Maybe a little bit of.
Yeah, but did you see the one where he's playing badminton? It was like insane.
No, it's getting nuts out there. It's getting nuts. So they're taking over your Vegas shows too, or at least that's the rumor. But let us know what you guys think. Do you think more big shows are going to close? We talked about that 30% MGM number, them saying that they're only selling 30% of the tickets to their shows. So we may see more of this. Let us know what you think about that. The Stardust Las Vegas coming back over there, but OYO with their new gaming operations, Lake Dolores, and everything else we talked about. Leave a comment. We do 2 shows a week, and we will be back on Friday with another show. Make sure to check out all of our other shows on the channel and our MTM Travel channel as well. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.
The world hasn't been the same since Hooters closed. Have a good week, everybody.
That's when it all changed.
Yep.
Alternate timeline.